beginning with now, there is MSME Development and Facilitation Office. We have got office across India, having one or two offices across each and every state. And the main purpose of the development of MSME is nothing but promoting, developing, and nurturing the existing MSMEs, and also to promoting the new entrepreneurs. The main purpose of for the ministry is to one way is to develop the entrepreneurs through various training programs. That is the one, and develop the existing industry or develop or promote existing industry through various schemes. That is two aspects. So to begin with, MSME, it's earlier we know it's called as small scale industries and micro level industries or tiny industries, or earlier we used to call in about 10-15 years back. Now, over a period of time, the changes have taken place, and then the ministry started using the MSME sectors in the different definitions. And finally, on 26/6/2020 onwards, through notification, they revised the definition of MSME, where they included earlier it was only on plant and machineries. How to classify the MSMEs, the micro and small enterprises, it was based on the plant and machinery earlier. After this 2020 June, the turnover component also included in the definition, so that the entire portal, that is Udyam portal, is linked to IT income tax department. So now to define or to mention about the industries, micro and small enterprises, it includes both manufacturing and service. Earlier there was a only we were giving a more stress on manufacturing. Now the manufacturing as well as service sectors are included equally. So it is made equally. So now the classification starts with the micro and small enterprises, where the turnover component is almost 1 crore and 5 Shivkumar, I'll call it. Investment up to 1 crore on plant and machinery and turnover up to 5 crore, then it can be called as micro enterprises. And the small enterprises, where the turnover or there is investment on plant and machinery up to 10 crore and turnover up to 50 crore, it is called as small scale industries. And medium scale industry 50 to 250 crore. So this is the classification where we can see how you can view or observe my industry, whether it is a micro or small enterprises based on the definition. Now, what are the how you are going to do? Suppose you are already in the business, and it is necessary nowadays that you have to register in the Udyam registration. Our portal is udyamregistration.gov. It is a Udyam portal, and it is fully online, and it's a paperless. And it's also initially when you want to for a new beginner, it is a self-declaration basis. And also you don't require any proof or a document for uploading or registering the MSMEs. So only Aadhaar number is enough for registration, and the PAN and the GST details are required, because it will be taken automatically. So PAN card and GST, it will be taken on investment and turnover component automatically from the government database, that is income tax database and GST portal. The reason why I'm telling, suppose if you are started your unit this year, say for example 22-23, from December onwards, for next 4 months you have to give on self-declaration basis on the investment portion, and get the Udyam registration on the portal. And from 23-24 onwards, you have to file income tax. When you file income tax on behalf of the company, that data will automatically taken from the IT portal, and on the next year you will come to know where you are, what is your micro level industries or small scale industry, or whether you are a medium scale industry. So that's why it is made so easy that you can make the Udyam registration so easy. Earlier it was like you used to run to the district industry center, state government owned department with all the document, and then get the certificate, SSI certificate, like that. Now everything has made remove all these things, and then the process has made very simple and easy. Because of ease of doing business is one of the component where it is this registration becomes very important. And also the PAN card becomes very important. Now one thing is, one Udyam registration can file one unit only, or it includes both manufacturing, servicing, or some unit may have both of service and as well as manufacturing. So you have to add number of units under one Udyam registration number. So even the retail and wholesale activities or trade activities are also eligible to get it under the Udyam registration. So even all the even urban street vendors, they're also being included, but included under Udyam registration because that is for the lending purpose, not for the MSME scheme purpose. It is only for lending purpose. If they want to take a loan or anything, it would be necessary for to take the registration under Udyam registration because this data is linked to the income tax. Automatically their business details or turnover details or all, okay, it can be easily taken from the government databases. That's why it has been linked with the income tax database. Now we have one more system called champion systems, that is champions.gov.in, where it is nothing but master information system. So where the entire grievance monitoring cell readdressing systems, where we have offices across India, total 68. That means 30 main offices and 28 branch offices across India, total 68. So, that's sorry, 38, total 68. All the offices have this stump-in control room where we are going to address the grievance monitoring systems. It is nothing but any problem by the industries like MSMEs. They can they can post the grievances in the portal so that we can solve it. Either problem here, it may be related to the banks, it may be related to the industries, or it may be related to the state government or a central government, or any other issues related to the development of the or normal working conditions when there is a problem for the MSMEs. These problems can be posted in the our champions portal where we can address this and then solve to the minimum level. And the what is the objective of these champions? So we can mainly to help the MSMEs in difficult situation. We know what is the problem that MSMEs faced during the Corona period. So there was a problem in finance, there was a problem in marketing, there was no activity, everything. So then the government thought, let me have one complete grievance monitoring address of this system where this can be addressed to the marks in a large scale, and the problem could be solved to the minimum level. So that's why this jump-in portal started. And also the present, the what is the scenario of MSMEs? We know MSME is a very important sector in our Indian economy, and it is playing almost 30% the GDP, and second in terms of employment, almost 12 crores employment of agriculture it is providing, and its contribution also is there in export line, because export not only from the medium scale industries or large scale industries are happening. There are certain micro and small enterprises. They are also exporting to some extent around 40% contributions, and especially after annual report it is there. Next comes to the what is the prospect entrepreneurs. Suppose an entrepreneur wants to start. We know after the education, an individual always tries to go to job. He will try, and he will sometimes he may not get the required desired result after education. So then what is the next stage, what he can do? So all these things come to his mind. So in order to address all these issues, we have technical management services, the consultancy services, managerial services we are going to give, and training programs, your entrepreneurs awareness program, we are going to address the entrepreneurs, and entrepreneurs come skill development also we are going to give them, and even including management development programs. And all this the mention which you can see at the screen, all these programs we are organizing to address the MSME issues. Now the any industry which you want to run normally requires funding support. What is the funding support is required? Because an industry, when you start initially, you may need funding support both for term loan as well as for the working capital, or sublet both. So how to address all those things? Basically, the first generation entrepreneurs who want to start industries or want to enter into entrepreneurship. So this particular scheme which I am mentioning here, the Prime Minister Employment Generation Program, it is a very important program, and it plays a major role in bringing or in motivating the young entrepreneurs. So, for example, what is the maximum project cost is required? Here is 50 lakh rupees for manufacturing sector and 20 lakh rupees for business or service sectors. So you have two options. One is service sector you can start, or you can start even manufacturing sector. So we have got a maximum limit 50 lakh rupees for manufacturing and 20 lakh rupees for the service sectors. So you can apply online. That is kvsconline.gov.in. Here the problem, advantages here is those who have already undergone some training, GDP's training programs, they can get the direct benefits. And also, when you get this some financial assistance under this particular scheme, you are eligible for some subsidy also. For general, it is up to 10% contribution you have to pay from your side, and 5% for SC, ST, OBC, and minorities and women categories. Physical handicaps or ex-servicemen, they have to pay 5%. Suppose that there is 100 rupees project cost, 5 rupees from your side, remaining 95% you will get the loan from the bank under the particular scheme. And after getting that, you are also eligible for subsidy. 15% for general category when you are start in urban area, and 25% for the special categories which are mentioned in the red mark. So in urban area you will get a 25%, and subsidy for rural area 25% for general category and 35% for the special categories. So here, but if you know, once you get the loan, you will start working in the business line, and you will get over a period of time when your business grows and your growth starts. You naturally will get the profit and everything, and there will be sometimes you have to expand your businesses after 3 years. And looking at this is important growth, in order to keep the growth constant and sustainability of the business. The government thought second component of PMABGP also can be availed, where you can avail the loan up to 1 crore for manufacturing sectors and 25 lakhs for business sectors. So again you are going to get the subsidy at 15 lakh rupees, 15%, and the service sector 3.75 lakhs, and that is also second time loan you are going to get the subsidy. So that means you are eligible first component PMAGP up to 50 lakhs, and second component up to 1 crore under the PMAGP scheme. So here, the most important point is the selection of the project. What selection of the project is very important, because any project you select or any product or the service you select, it depends on the customer's target, what customers you are looking at, and what is the cost of that, where you are manufacturing, who are the targeted customers. These are all the very important point which you have to note before taking into final decision. So it is another scheme called, and this I'm talking about this funding pattern. This only I'm talking about funding pattern. How one MSME gets funding supports under the MSME scheme. The first scheme which I mentioned about PMEGP, the second one is a credit financial assistance, that is CGT MSME schemes. This particular scheme, in previous scheme also there is no collateral or a third party guarantee is required in previous my PMEGP schemes. In this particular scheme, CGT MSE, where can get a maximum support up to 2 crores without any collateral or third party guarantees. This is the MSME second schemes. And what is the advantages of this particular scheme? Where you are getting subsidy, you are not getting subsidy, but you are getting a covered. Suppose in any case, the entrepreneur is not able to pay the money back to the bank, then the trust will reimburse the fund to the bank. That is the main idea. For example, micro enterprises, if they take 5 lakh rupees, then what happens? 85% will be the defaulted subject, maximum to 4.25 lakhs will be the covered. Just like life insurance, you are covered at such some limit, and that amount will be goes to bank in case if you fail to repay the money due to various factors. And similarly, there is a slab up to 5 lakhs and 5 lakhs to 50 lakhs and above 50 lakhs to up to 2 crore. So that there is the limit they have given. 75%, for example, if you have taken the loan from 5 lakhs to 50 lakhs, 75% of the amount default can be subject to 37.5 lakh rupees. Or between 5 to 50 lakhs to 200 lakhs, that is 2 crores, you will get a 75% of the amount, maximum to 1.5 crore. Okay, that is the thing. Now again, if it is a woman entrepreneur case, then there will be little slightly higher amount. Coverage will be little slightly higher. So that is the one where you can see, and this all nationalized banks and some few NBFC banks are also eligible to disperse under this particular scheme. And the third one we have MUDRA scheme, the Pradhan Mantri MUDRA scheme, where we have 3 categories: Sishu, Kishore, and Taran. So where if you want to start a business or a trading within your home or a little bit small area, a small business if you want to start, like paper distributions or something like a embroidery, with a textile value addition to the sitting in the home itself you want to start, then 50,000 rupees issue category you'll get. Kishore, from 50,000 to 5 lakh you can get it. And third is 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs. That is the classification why, the reason why they are given is just to take you to advantages of this particular scheme, where the entrepreneurs can look into that what level they want to start industries. If the 50,000, what is the industry they want to start, and if it's Kishore level, that is 50,000 to 5 lakh. What type of industry they want? Little higher than the Kishore. Tarun again little higher than both Kishore and the Shishore, like that. That is the one. Another one particular scheme is called Stand Up India scheme, where the financial assistance between 10 lakhs to 1 crore at least. See what here advantages of the Stand Up India. Each bank, nationalized bank, have been given instruction exclusively for setting up of greenfield enterprises to give finance under this particular scheme, one SC/ST borrowers and one woman. That is a compulsory. And under this particular schemes, maybe manufacturing can start, or a service sector can start, or even a training sector can start. Should be, for example, in the case of if you are in non-individual enterprises, suppose there's a enterprises, the partnership borrowers. In that cases, 15% should be held by the SC/ST or women category. Then the category of the entity of the enterprises will get changed. If it is a partnership, means if it is a women entrepreneurship, partnership is 60% and 40% from the general category, then it will be considered as a women entrepreneur category. So that case you can avail the benefit under that one. Now we have this is the fundamental the 3 4 schemes which I mentioned: Prime Minister Generation Programs, CGTMSCB scheme, MUDRA scheme, and then Stand Up India. These are the major 4 financial schemes which are available for entrepreneurs, prospective entrepreneurs, as well as the existing entrepreneurs. They can avail the loan, either term loan for expansion of the business, or investment and capital investment, or working capital for to run their business day-to-day activities, or even both composite loans. So these 4 loans they can avail from the bank. And the role of MSME in that cases becomes very important. We have almost every week or with a time of gap, we also receive a lot of proposals from the entrepreneurs. Then we'll go through the documents and thoroughly and inspect their places, and then advise them any necessary correction is required in the document, or any correction required in the project report, or anything which is required for the corrections in the entire project line. Then we'll link up with the bankers. So then we'll have a link up with the banks, so that the bankers can also, that means almost 60 to 70% of our work will be done at our level. So this is to help the existing as well as the prospective entrepreneurs. That is my idea. So once it is done, the bankers will again come there. They will also verify everything, and then finally the decision will be left with the bankers to sanction the things. And of course, when it goes through MSME, we have almost many cases have been cleared. Okay, that is how. So this is the way how we work with the industries with respect to the financial requirement for their businesses. Now coming to the existing industry, what are the things we can help them? You know, any individual industries sometimes becomes difficult to invest in particular technologies or particular machineries which is required for the growth of their business. For example, if a industry is manufacturing particular products, this is exclusively requires a testing facilities. For example, if you are a vendor for railways, if you are supplying some precision components or electronic components to the railways, they require vigorous testing reports, because testing reports is required. When you want to get testing reports, naturally you have to install the required testing machineries, which is not possible for the individuals. So in such cases, this particular cluster development program plays a very important role, where a group of industries can avail these benefits. That means common facility centers. So for example, common facility centers, we can see like a design centers, testing facilities, training centers. Suppose there is a shortage of skilled laborers, which you can assist the industries by setting up of testing centers, training centers. Similarly, testing facilities for electronic products you can do, electrical product you can do, or textile apparel products, or food testing, food sectors testing laboratory you can do all these things. Even effluent treatment also you can do it. Or you can have a common marketing display centers or selling centers. So there also you can use this cluster program. Common facility like common logistics center you can do, or common raw material bank, or a finished sales depot. Particularly if you are almost 10 to 20 women entrepreneurs are come together for common cause, then this particular scheme becomes very important. And what is the role of Government of India in this particular scheme? Here we have 70% of the project cost up to 10 crores we can give. 70% the project cost. Total project cost is 30 crores. Project cost is grant is 30 crores. And initially up to 10, 10 crores, we have 70% grant, and 60% if it grows up to maximum. That is more than 10 crores and the maximum limit up to 30 crores. Then 60% will be the grant. And 80% of the in the clusters, if it is a 80% will be the grant. If it is a clusters having more than 50% micro enterprises. I think all of your micro enterprises less than 5 crores or a 1 crore turnover, 1 crore investment enterprises, this particular clusters where these more than 20 entrepreneurs, if they come together to establish these common facility centers, 80% grant you are going to get it. And also if it is a 100% women owned entrepreneurs, this is also again possible, 80% you are going to get it. And if it is a SC/ST entrepreneurs or women entrepreneurs, both if you put together, then 80% you are going to get it. So like that, this particular scheme, common facility centers, can be addressed through this cluster development program. Of course, we are also giving infrastructure facilities, that is for power distribution network, water, telecommunication, drainage. Exclusively, it is all that mainly requires for industrial estate. So industrial estates, because these are all the basic requires: pollution control facilities, roads, banks, materials. All these the things are required for common facilities in the case of infrastructure development. So here also we are going to give 60% of the project cost, that is 5 crores to 15 crores for new 15 crores for new industrial estate. If you want to start a new industrial estate, you are going to give 15 crore rupees. And similarly for upgradation also we are going to give 70% of the project cost. Okay. Now coming to the what are the see, every industry, there is a micro, small, and medium enterprises, they require marketing support. So marketing support means what? So you need to sell your product, either product or service, what you are doing. Then you have to make the money. Then you have to develop the business. That is the continuously equal. That means sustainability of the business is essential when you start your businesses. So how you are going to do this? Because unless you have a constant marketing effort to sell your product, and through this various how government is helping this is also very important. And a lot of trade fairs normally takes place across India. Why the trade fairs are taking place? There are so many factors why the trade fairs are taking. One is, why do you want to participate in trade fair? That is also a very question. You have to question yourself. Then the commonly it comes to your mind. One is to identify the new product. Second one is develop the network and developing the new buyers and getting network with the people, and also to see the new technology that are there available in the market, and to see the new machineries available in the market. So there are so many factors which comes to your mind when you want to participate in a trade fair. And visiting the trade fair is different, and taking part in the trade fair is also different, because with when you participate in trade fair, that is a you have a clear cut idea what you want to do, what you want to sell your product, what you want to how to develop your marketing buyers. That is very important. And second part is the modern packaging techniques. The packaging plays a very important role. Any product you sell in the product with a proper packaging, attractive packaging, color designs, with the modern packaging techniques, will definitely attract the customers. That's why the cost, the packaging plays important. But that also government is trying to help the industries. And development of retail outlet. Sometimes you will feel different. What is this development of retail outlet? Retail outlet is a common thing. But We have a separate retail outlet concept with respect to the MSME development and adoption of barcode. Barcode. The black stripes with the white colors. You will see when you scan it and barcode, you will get the complete details of the products, manufacturers, place you are doing. All these details you are getting on once you scan on the barcode. So even that is also technology. To encourage the MSMEs, the barcode also becomes very, very important. Adoption of e-commerce platform. Now it is a digital era. How MSME is getting benefited on this. Today, the MSMEs are selling their products through e-commerce platforms because to increase their business, it reaches fast and cost also gets a little reduced compared to the physical movement. And all these things are happening today because of digitalization of many processes and many links in the manufacturing sectors as well as for the marketing areas. A vendor development program is another area where government is trying to help the MSMEs. Vendor development program is what you want. There are so many PSUs across India, public sector units. For example, HN is there in Bangalore, Bharat Electronic Limited, Railways, ISRO. These are all public sector units where you can become the vendors for all these PSUs. That is very important. How to become a vendors for this is a different. But it depends again what type of products you are manufacturing, what are the qualities you are manufacturing, what are the quality certificate you have got in this product. All this becomes a parameters for selection of the your unit to the PSUs. Again, sometimes it also becomes to know to organize many workshops and seminars, national level as well as international level, because the MSM needs constant flow of information from various corners to improve their knowledge levels and also to understand the day-to-day development that are taking place in and around their businesses. Because the constant change is constant upgradation of knowledge is very important because the over a period of time we have seen a lot of sea changes in the technology development as well as the marketing as well as so many sectors we are seeing. Lot of products with a lot of features have been seen. For example, in 1770, I have seen Ambassador car, which is a very, very costly car that time. It was a very, very important car. The person who has got Ambassador car, they feel that it was very good car, and then they feel something. The view was different. Now it is not at all in the picture. Now, even though it's a good quality, it is not in the picture. Today, you are seeing the car with more and more selling features are added in the product. So even for the gear change, you will get a signal. If you don't wear this belt, you will get a signal. So a lot of small changes now that all are taking place. That's why this workshops, seminars, what normally we organize with MSMEs, we want to give informations. And similarly on GST and GST, what is it? It's very common, almost 5 years over. Is already GST rolled out in our company economy, and today we know every month almost 1,40,000 crores and above the government is collecting through this GST, and it's good that we are getting informations in the digital mode every month we are getting. And similarly, GEM, government e-marketing. Government e-marketing, we know Flipkart, Snapdeal, Amazon, all these private players are there. But GEM is nothing but is a government-owned portal where the government of India itself is the buyer and the seller is the micro and small enterprise. This is the one. In other private portals, all the manufacturer service provided, they are on the platform and the customers will choose and then they select and then makes the order. Here, the government itself is the buyer in the case of GEM portal. So similarly, e-marketing platforms. So how they are helping? For example, now if you want to participate in the trade fair in the country, normally the persons, for example, the unit in Bangalore, if you want to participate in Delhi, you have to travel. So the cost will be around the minimum, it will be more than 1 lakh rupees, 1,50,000 rupees, it will be charged for the entire trade phase. So how the government is encouraging, helping this? Here, if you want to participate in trade fair, you are going to give 80% for general categories and 100% for CSD and women categories, Northeast regions and physical handicaps MSCs. Maximum limit to 1,50,000 rupees, actual whichever is less for A class and the B class cities. So similarly, Contingency expense, another 25,000 rupees we have kept. So the total it will become almost 1,75,000 rupees. Okay, 1,50,000 total it comes to that figures. So, and similarly, the contingency expenditure why I have kept is it's for travel expenses, publicity, and freight charges. That is very important. Okay. Now, adoption of bar, which I mentioned there, you know, barcode is very important. Where the micro enterprises now they can, it is now up to from 0 to 100, but now it has increased to 0 to 1,000. 1,000 numbers you can get the barcode. Where maximum amount you will going to get 50,000 to 50,650 rupees you will get it directly. So eligibility criteria is you should register in, you must register in Udyam registration portal. And for this particular micro enterprises, you are getting, you should be only micro enterprises, not a small scale industries. Okay, the GS1 India is the agency under Ministry of Commerce and Industries where they are going to help you to register barcode under this. And I'm for your information, I'm organizing one day, one half day seminar on this particular barcode program on 23rd, sorry, on 24th of this month with the GS1 India. And I request I will share the details with Madam Ruchi, and I think all of you can see that and then take the advantage of that particular program.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
We will send it across.
yeah, we'll send it. Okay, how to apply, how to claim the reimbursement, everything will be dealt on the particular program. Okay, now e-commerce platform, that is very important. You know, global e-market. We have a NSIC, also have got MSME global market, where if you register in that portal, maximum up to 25,000 rupees you are going to get for micro enterprises or 75% of the amount paid. Actually, this particular portal, it is for the catalog advertising, and then you get a tender information and all buyer linkages, all these things you can get. And also you can sell your product on their product up to 10 products you can do on this particular portal, the MSME global market, which is being run by the operated by the NSIC, the National Small Industry Corporation, which is a part of our MSME ministry. And here also micro enterprises are eligible and with a valid Udyam registrations. So you can just register in NSIC and Udyam registration portal and submit the claims to NSIC for reimbursement. Similarly, for the virtual trade fair, these are new things that they have started. We know we all during Corona period, everything started in digital mode. All our online started. So looking at that development, now the government is coming with the one virtual trade fair. Already, during that time started. Still, it's going on, but very less now because the offline already started working very well. Now, in order to keep the encourage the more and more virtual trade fairs, the government has also started financial sanction up to 16.45 lakh, whichever is actually less. Okay, virtual platform. So it's minimum requirement for organizing virtual trade fair should be on the basis of organizers' experience. Who are going to organize this experience? They need minimum 3 years experience, sellers and exhibitors, and minimum 100 number should be there. And the number of buyers and visitors minimum should be thousands. And duration of the fair minimum it should be 3 days. Timings from 8 a.m. to 12 hours. It means 8 to 12 hours with interactive or 24 hours live. So these are some of the criteria they have put for organizing the virtual trade fair. The organizing association can take advantages of organizing such virtual trade fairs. And similarly for international trade fair, and international trade fair also plays a very important purpose. You need not have to work only in India. Sometimes you want to go out of India and see how to participate in the trade fair. In such cases, this international trade fair also becomes very costly. So now we are going to increase the stall rent. For example, 3 lakh rupees we are going to pay for the space rent, stall rent. And and the airfare also we are going to give up to 1,50,000 rupees, and the fare whichever is less, and the actual order whichever is less. The freight charges up to 50,000 rupees per maximum unit and 75,000 per unit per. It depends on some of the countries. For example, Latin America they are giving 75,000 rupees, and on the rest of the other part of the globe they are giving 50,000 rupees per MSB unit. And advertisement charges they are going to give 2 lakh 50,000 rupees, and for 14 MSMEs or maximum 5 lakh rupees subject to maximum 15 MSME. That means international trade, when you participate as a group in that particular cases, we are going to give these particular benefits. And adoption of packaging, no, the cluster based integration. Suppose that there are 100 clusters across India under the Ministry of MSME. So if the cluster requires a intervention of the packaging, new modern packaging techniques, so sanction of 15 lakh rupees we are going to give. And what type of these empaneled expert, no, exclusively from Indian Institute of Packaging, National Institute of Design, National Institute of Fashion Technology, and all similar government organizations have already signed with our DCMSME. They are going to support you for developing most modern packaging techniques, which will get, very useful for the cluster supported industries. For example, this particular packaging will plays a very important role in case food processing, toys, handicrafts, kitchen, and all these items where the packaging plays very important role. There, this particular scheme will help them. Similarly, for the retail outlet, which I mentioned, development of retail outlet, which I mentioned earlier. Here, we have to promote some G1 product, that is geographical indication product. In Bangalore, we have one particular this thing. Recently, we are organizing one 5 days trade fair exclusively for this GI tagged products. Recently, just 3 days back, we visited there and we started the trade fair where we invited Madam Sudha Murthy, Srimati Sudha Murthy, the Infosys chairperson, as a chief guest, and we organized that program. It is still on up to 6th Jan. Okay, at least tomorrow, I think, is the last date for that. So like that, if you organize that retail outlet, there also we are going to give 30 lakh rupees per outlet. If the minimum infrastructure outlet should be 500 square feet with the proper interior decorations and all the basic information, requirement like a computer, printer, all these things, it is there. So subject to your contribution should be 50% and government contribution will be 50%. That is total 30 lakh rupees. So that it can be given when you want to product exclusively for GI product. There are about 45 products in Karnataka, and there are more than 450 GI products across India because we have visited, I told you last week. So it is information, very good products, all are excellent products which you don't see in normal retail shops. This particular trade where we are focusing to promote GI products, even our honorable minister, president has purchased online, particularly on this GI product from our Bangalore center. So they have put the photos and everything, which I saw that. Okay, it is very good, and so that members can make use of that opportunity. Even CPSU, we know, vendor development plays very important. Maximum of 5 lakh rupees we are going to give if you want to start the program. Exclusively, we'll bring PSUs like BEL, HAL, and at the same time, if the micro and small enterprises are participating in the program, then we are going to give that vendor program up to 5 lakh rupees we are going to give. And GEM, which I mentioned, government e-marketing, where we are all government ministries, all government of India departments, authorized departments, they are supposed to procure only from the GEM portal. I am not supposed to buy anything from out of that GEM. Otherwise, I have to give declaration that this particular item is not available in the GEM portal. Then I have to purchase outside through proper GFR rules. There is general finance rules. Okay, like that. So now this is an opportunity for micro and small enterprises if you registered in the GEM portal as a seller. So I request all of the member MSMEs, micro and small enterprises, register in the GEM portal as a seller. This is very, very important. And there is a vendor assessment. If you want to, if you are a real manufacturers, you then your vendor assessment is required. The vendor assessment will not be done by this GEM portal, but it is done by the third-party agency like Quality Control of India (QCI), where they are going to charge you around 11,000 rupees. 11,000. Recently, we participated in the Bangalore Metro for the GEM procurement session. So there we organized this. Okay, And as a general, it is a caution deposit around 5,000 rupees. They will take caution deposit. Suppose if you back, I mean, if you're not registering, you will at the time when you close your account in GEM portal, then that amount will be come back to you. That is 5,000 rupees as a caution deposit. So there are procedure for GEM registration. One is opening your ID and passwords through PAN card and Aadhaar card, and proper company upgrading, updation of your company profiles, product catalogs. All these parameters are required. 4 to 5 parameters are required, which you once you complete it, the product will be listed in the GEM portal, where you are going to get the tender details from across India, even from the state government, everything. Okay. Now, public procurement, very important. So here, all PSUs are required to procure minimum 25% from 2020 onwards, and again 4% out of the 25% earmarked for SC/ST categories, and 3% for women entrepreneurs. The cost of advantage here is cost of tender sets is nil, unless one nil for MSCs and MSMEs quoting a price preference. Also, you are going to get 15%. If L1 is plus 15%, and 25% you are going to get the tender value provided if you lower your prices up to L1 price. This, I think, if you have any doubt, please you can ask me. So another 350 items exclusively reserved for procurement from MSMEs. So these are the marketing procedures. And now we know that is one of the most important is the quality certification. How to improve the quality, how to improve the competitiveness of the MSMEs. Unless you focus, our emphasis is given more on the quality. Suppose that's called zero defect, zero effect. That is quality is processing certification. MSME needs to understand the importance of quality, because the buying or the marketing or the sustainable of their business depends mainly on their qualities. So in order to address all these things, this particular scheme, the zero defect, zero effect, the Z certification, plays a very, very important role. That's why all micro enterprises, women entrepreneurs, or SCT categories or general categories, if they participate in the Z certification, you are going to get the benefits, because most of the what the benefits under this means, you are going to get 80% reimbursement. That is, out of 10,000 rupees, you are going to get 8,000 rupees reimbursement in the case of micro enterprises, and 60% in the case of small and medium scale, 50% subsidy cost of the certification. And initially, once you register in the portal, you will get a 10,000 rupees is the reward point, which is valid from the date of registration to till 1 year. Your 10,000 rupees will be there. Once you register, and if you get the bronze certification, say initially is certificate level is bronze certificate, and second level certificate is silver, and excellent, the topmost certificate is gold level. So you can get the certificate done on this z.msme.gov.in. This is the portal. So I request all the MSME participants here to register here as a initial one. So I request, I want the figure after this program. Any problem is there, please, I will assist you. Please register and give me the figure. Madam, I think Ruchi, you have to take care of this. Is my
Yes,
request.
sir. Yes, sir. Noted, sir.
See that this MSME, women entrepreneurs, or anybody who is participating, manufacturers, is mainly for manufacturers. The advantage is huge in the case of you register in the bronze certification, because initially you need to go for bronze certification. You are going to get a interest subsidy from the bank. You are going to get the benefits under the traveling expenses, or you are going to get a, still more benefits are there if you register in that one, and you are going to become a preference in the case of vendors, in the case of PSUs, if you want to become a vendors in that PSU units. Okay, so still the benefits are more. Please see that all of them are registered in the Z certification.
Yes, sir.
And another one is the MSME also promotes through incubation. Incubation is nothing but promoting your innovative ideas. You have to promote. There are so many technical colleges across India, and students are every year they are doing a lot of projects. So if I think when we were doing engineering for that time, there was no, just for the marks purpose we used to do the projects. Now the government realize, use this young taps, the young brains to go for innovative ideas. So in order to address this, we started this innovative MSME innovative scheme where we're going to give 1 crore rupees for the procurement and installation of MSME units for the technical colleges in host institutes. Okay, and to promote their innovative ideas related to R&D activities. And 15 lakh rupees will be given for HI insurance host institutes per idea. That is, minimum 2 ideas are required to get the 1 crore rupees assistance under this. Okay. Almost recently, we concluded with the MSME Idea Hackathon 2, where the progress is going on. Almost more than 1,000 ideas I expected from the across India. They are already uploaded. We are yet to get the final figure. What is the total number of ideas that we uploaded in the portal? Okay. Similarly, for intellectual property rights, under the IPR, there are IPR with intellectual properties where you have to protect your Indian ideas, and then once you develop new ideas, you have to be protected. That means you have to patent it. There, the expenditure comes for MSMEs. So, whether if you do it patent in domestic as well as in the foreign patent, the government of India is also trying. I mean, helps the MSMEs by giving some kind of financial assistance. If you do patent in domestic patent, you will get 1 lakh rupees, and foreign patent you are going to get a 5 lakh rupees. And GA registration, geographical indication, very very important. If there are certain products which particularly if it grows or if it produced in that particular zone, the quality and the things will always be different from the normal other places. For example, Tirupati Laddu, you can say, where if you, that quality of the product, that is Laddu Prasada, which you can't produce any other way other than that places only. That's why GI tag is there. Even Mysore, we have got 8 GA products: Betelnet, Leaf, a Mysore silk saree. So all these things, no GI tag. Even Badagi chili, chilies, and then all these things, no GI tag. And the trademark is very important. We know trademark, any product you sell in the product, you need to have a brand. Unless the customers know about your brand, how they can remember your product. So the product can be remembered only through brand names. So that's why to increase the awareness among the customers or to make them to more product oriented of yours, we have to promote the trade products. That they the customer. I mean, we have to increase that. We have to invest some more money. Where the government is reimburse that money also. That money has been already shown. Design registration, that is very important. Design planning and intellectual property facilitation. Intellectual property facilitation council. If you want to set up, we are going to give 1 crore rupees as the support. Similarly, for design clinic, which is nothing but very very important for the designing and development of the, where we are going to support the MSMEs up to 75% for the micro enterprises, 60% for MSMEs project range up to 40 lakh rupees. And the implementing agency for design clinic is Indian Institute of Science, IIT Kanpur, and all NITs. They are all implementing agency for design clinic. Design is, if the 3-4 industries come together under the design clinic to develop the new design for their product, 75% will be grant will be given by the government of India, 60% for MSMEs, and up to maximum 40 lakh rupees will be the grant. Similarly, for digital MSME, is yet to give some guidelines for this. Up to this one, it is under process now. Okay. Similarly, for uh, so this is the design clinic, which is where we are going to organize the project. Suppose this is particularly for MSMEs, and e-Samadhan is nothing but many delayed payment we have to address. There are certain cases where the buyers take the product or services from the micro and small enterprises, and they will be delay in their product. I mean, the payment. Such cases, it can be addressed through portal, MSME Samadhan portal, where you can log in and then file the cases, where this will be automatically handled by the state government. That is MSME Facilitation Council, which is under the control of direct MSME of the respective state. So they will handle, because it will be monitored by the MSME only, and it is under central government, but it will be under the control of state government, where MSME also a part of that committee. Okay, like that. This is the dashboard where we can get the figures. And MSME Sambandh, that is also very important, where the public procurement policy, you can see it physically, how many procurement has been done or year-to-year basis. And procurement data, that is as far as the 21-23 various categories that has been taken place, that you can see in the portal. Sampark portal, again, the job seeker exclusively for various sectors, they needed skilled labors, skilled workers or technical guys are required, where they 18 we have got 18 MSME technology centers where they work for the training these students and trainees across India. And that will becomes very important, because still always the only way where can solve some extent to employment as well as for the industrial need. So here we are here to help the MSMEs through employment opportunities for the skilled labors, skilled works. And anything is there, please you can see this. And this is the main thing which I wanted to highlight you. And I hope any doubt, anything is there, can still a lot of things are there to learn. And this is the basic thing which I wanted to highlight you. And
Sir, we have lots of